Hey everybody, Delani here. So this is going to be my first update video. About every month I want to do an update video, just talking about what's happening, new developments, and just trying to share information that I might have learned over the last several weeks. And if there's any interesting news stories or anything like that that's coming out, I'll probably mention those. So this is all about industrial Internet of Things, and specifically I'm talking about time series data, where your time series data gets stored, and a lot of this is going to be about OSIsoft Pi because that is the dominant product in this area, but there are other developments and other time series databases that I'm sure I'll be talking about more as time goes forward. But anyway, in this video I wanted to just highlight a couple of things, a couple of new developments, and talk about things that are coming up. The first thing that I want to talk about is OSIsoft Cloud Services, which is also known as OCS for short, is OSIsoft's native software as a service platform where you can store your time series data and access your time series data and use it for all different kinds of things. This came out last year. I have some videos on it if you're interested in learning more about it. But anyway, I wanted to just talk about a little bit of what's happening on the OCS front. I went over to their site. I have a portal here opened up, and when you log into your OCS portal, you get this latest services update. And actually today, which is February 8th, there was an update that came out, and I didn't know about this or didn't know it was going to happen, but it's around metadata change management. And it's just showing this eye icon when you're looking at your tags, your streams. You can see an eye icon and it'll show you the latest changes made to your metadata. And then they also changed a little bit of how the portal is laid out to better utilize their screen space. The big news that I really wanted to discuss is this new availability of EMEA for the EMEA region. So there will now be a region available within your OCS account to store data in Western Europe. And right now there's only one region that's been available, and that's the West US, and now there'll be the West Europe. And looking over the documentation here, you can see the West US is in California and West Europe is actually in the Netherlands. So this is going to be really good for people that want to store data within Europe. Especially if you're located in Europe, you're going to have less latency accessing your data, so it'll be faster. And plus there's concerns around data governance and where data can actually be stored. So this will help address some of those issues. I did talk to Laurent, the product manager at OSIsoft, about the regions and how the regions can work together. Can we move data from one region to another? And is there a way to synchronize them? Basically, if you put data in the West, can you make that available in Europe? At this point, there's not a mechanism that will do that. He didn't say if there would be or not, but my guess is that that would come eventually, because that would make sense to have like a distributed system where you could pick where you want your data to appear in what regions. Of course, that may be more expensive if you choose those options, but right now that is not available. So you're really isolated to one region or another region. You'll create tags and store data, or create streams and store data within a single region. If you need to have that in two regions, then you essentially have to do that twice on your own with some mechanism. There's not going to be, there's not an automatic sync or anything like that. I'm hoping that'll come sometime, but I'm just glad that we have a second region, which is really cool. And you can see how the interesting thing about this platform and cloud managed services in general is how these features come on board. They appear, they're there, and now you can use them. And you really don't have to do anything. You don't have to set up anything in Europe. If I want to create a namespace in Europe now, I can do that. To get access to the specific regions, you talk to your OCS account manager, and they can make sure that you have access and that Europe and the West US is available depending on which one you need, or if you need them both. So there's a lot going on with OCS, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion of OCS at Pi World coming up, and that was the second item that I wanted to talk about. So Pi World 2020 is going to be March 24th through 26th, coming up. This is February, so it's going to be coming up next month. It's going to be a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Thursday is going to be the day that is going to be most interesting for me. That is going to be the new format for the conference, where they're going to have DevCon on Thursday. DevCon is the intent of DevCon is to have all the developers and the technical tracks and people that are interested in the technical aspects of the Pi system and OCS and any product that OSIsoft produces. They can come to DevCon on Thursday, which is going to be at Park 55, which is a different building. There's a couple of buildings that the conference is located in, the Hilton and Park 55. So Park 55 will be where DevCon is. And it's going to be, the whole day is dedicated to technical things, and it's really focused at the developer community. And this is new. They used to have vCampus Live way back when, for people that remember that. And then that kind of went away, and they rolled in rolled it all into Pi World. And the last day has always been kind of a technical day, but it hasn't had this clear separation like it is going to have at this conference. So I pulled up the agenda for DevCon on the last day, and you can see right here Pi World for developers, and it's going to be for developers, data scientists, power users of the Pi system, and OSIsoft Cloud Services. DevCon's a full day of technical content designed specifically for you and your most specific needs. So this is really cool, and I knew this was coming up, and I'm excited to see this. And I know it's not as far as some people might like it to go, as far as having a separate conference, but I feel like it's a step in the right direction. So they're going to have a keynote in the morning from 8:30 to 10. So we're going to get I think we're going to get a really good idea of where OSIsoft is on the technical front. And I know we're going to hear a lot about OSIsoft Cloud Services. There's a bunch of talks on the 3 tracks here that are dedicated to OCS. And so we're going to be hearing about that. And we're also going to be hearing about the Edge Data Store, also known as EDS. So I'm interested in hearing more about where the Edge Data Store is right now. And that's supposed to collect data at the edge and send it into OCS or Pi system. I have a quick plug here for me, a shameless plug here. I do have a talk that's happening 11:30 to 12:15, and it's building a solution using OSIsoft Cloud Services. And I'm still working on it, so I don't have it fully detailed out that I can share with you right now. But essentially, it's going to be, if you have a existing Pi system, how would you use OCS today as it stands? And how would you connect your Pi system and your OCS system? And what are some of the cool things that you could do with OCS, even if you already have a Pi system? And this could be, you could be thinking about this for a lot of different reasons. And so I'll be discussing some of the business cases for doing that, and also be talking about some of the technical aspects of what would be involved. So that's just my quick plug. And at the end, there's going to be a developer meetup from 4 to 6 p.m. right here. So make sure you're there. I'm going to be there. So if you see me, say hi. I would love to talk to as many of you guys as possible. Hopefully we'll have a lot of people attending this. And then, of course, there's a Geek Night party, which if you've done that before, you know what it is. But for those that haven't, it's just a really fun time. There'll be food, there'll be dancing, there'll be music, there'll be games. It's really super fun event just to close the conference down for the week. So those are the 2 things that I wanted to update everybody on, what's happening with OCS. And I'm looking forward to updating you more and more as OCS gets more features in the pipeline and they started to release them. There are a few things that are going on that probably are a little early to talk about, but hopefully those things will be released soon and we can talk more about them as they come up. And plus, at the conference, I'm sure we're going to start seeing a better roadmap as far as what they're thinking and what they're doing. And I think that'll be really give us some good insight as far as where they're going to go with this product, what OSIsoft's going to do with it. I don't have any really special knowledge. I do talk to people at OSIsoft, but I don't really get privileged information as far as things that are happening that nobody knows about at this point. Anyway, and there's Pi World, of course. So make sure that if you are attending Pi World, I hope you are, But definitely if you're there, look me up. I'm really looking forward to saying hi to everybody and just kind of like just getting re-energized on what's happening in the future, because I think I feel like this is a pivotal point in our industry with all this cloud technology becoming available now and all the things that we can do with this technology. It's so much different than how things used to be in the past, and it's super exciting times, and it's going to be happening over several years. So this is a time to really get engaged if you haven't been engaged. And I'm certainly going to be there and doing my part. So anyway, thanks for watching this update, and I'll be trying to get some more videos out on a regular basis here. So far, it seems like it's going okay. I think I've got my setup all dialed in, so hopefully it won't be too much effort. And if you have any ideas or questions or comments, feel free to leave them and let me know what you would like to hear about, if there's something specifically, and maybe I'll try to get a video on that. All right, thanks again. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.